sick of it because they were sick of, I think they were sick of me out there, so. Dun, 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 dun. Gosh, my hair's getting long. I haven't gotten up today yet. I've been out of bed. I mean, I've been up all night. I slept for like 2 hours and I got back up. No rest for the wicked. There are a lot of cameras out there. Most definitely. Why are you not sleeping? Because I was up all night sleuthing on another true crime person. And it was my night off. Like, it was my day off. So I had 3 days off. It was so nice. Hell yeah, a big rabbit hole. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but probably go check it out and then you could come back and we can chat. Thank you, Brandy. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. What's that song? Hey, Ziggy. What's the song, There Ain't No Rest for the Wicked? Who sings that?
Cage the Elephant sings Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. Would you like to know more about Cage the Elephant?
Could you play that song for me?
Here's Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant on Amazon Music.
Play Taylor Swift Vigilante. I like that song.
Here's Vigilante by Taylor Swift on Amazon Music.
Oh, see, I was up all night. Crystal, hello. There's a reason why I don't say hi all the time, okay? It's because I have a brain injury and I can't remember my thoughts. So, like, if I'm watching the chat all the time, I forget what I'm thinking. And then I forget to say what I'm saying, thinking. Sorry. I can tell you how it is. I don't act like I don't even know you. How do I act like I have an attitude with you? I don't know you. Listen, if I'm giving you attitude, you'd know it. Like you just would, you know it. I don't hide it. On the weekends. She's got a little explaining to do. Let me just Ziggy stop. So earlier this morning, I go into her live because she had already been talking about my friend for an hour. All right, already running her mouth for an hour. And then she decides that she's going to read um, her Facebook post talking about her mental health. So I was like, oh, hell no. So I go in there and I tell her that that's pretty trashy to do. Well, her 1.3 thousand follower or people that were in her live decided that they were going to have something to say to me. Well, what they don't realize is I don't care what anyone says about me. My story has been out on this app and I've been 1,000% truthful. So she's country can come after me all she wants. We are not the same. We are not the same. For one, we are not the fucking same. All right. So she can come at me with all her people. I got people too. All right. It's like, what you gonna do? You got caught. You got, honey. You got. And you thought this morning that you would laugh at me. That you would laugh at me and still talk shit about her. And let your comment section just say the worst things about me. You allowed that on your platform. All right. Because why? Because you messy, honey, and you're a liar and you're a con and you're a manipulator and you're a career criminal and you're a what? You're a murderer. A murderer. And you literally was hiding that from your fucking followers. And I said what I said and I didn't stutter. There's no excuses. There's no story that she could sit there and say about it. She's also got enticing a child. She's got a lot of different charges. A lot of different charges. She's been doing this since Jesus was a fetus. All right. But this feels passionate. It is passionate. I think that it's bullshit that people sit and talk shit on other people's mental fucking health and then have the audacity to sit in the true crime community and think that if you act out and you are doing things behind the scenes that aren't okay, that people aren't going to look into you. Bet. And we did. And guess what? We found out a lot of ish that she wasn't saying. Her pinned video over there on her page is a lie. It's a lie. She got charged with one thing, it got dropped and changed to capital murder. 25 years. Capital murder. I'm talking about she's country. And you know what? I'm not afraid to say who I'm talking about. I'm not afraid to say who I'm talking about because they've lied to the true crime community. Hey, Curve. They get money off of what? The back of the true crime community. And she did the wrong thing today. She was already being looked into. But the only reason why I popped in there is because she had the audacity to keep running her mouth about somebody's mental health. And then let her comment section bully the fuck out of me. All right? I don't care about that because I wasn't there for me. But what I will say is, honey, you need to sit the fuck down. I don't got time for a true crime murderer. All right? Somebody that's going to lie to the whole fucking community. Absolutely not. And there's more to this story than even that. You guys can say whatever you want about people fucking up online, because we do sometimes. We fuck up online. We make mistakes. We all do, right? But this person is a career criminal online. She's got fraud charges, forgery charges, and she's fraudulent with who she is online. And you know what she said this morning? And I clocked it because I recorded it. She said she always tells the truth. And you know what I was doing when you said that, She's Country? I was laughing so fucking hard because you don't tell the truth. And also, that was the lion's den over there, and I wasn't going to state my case in the comment section. I'll come to where I'm comfortable. I'm going to come to my environment where I can control everything. I control my comment section like a real mofo does. I'm not going to sit and let people belittle others and do the crazy shit that was going on in your comment section. Absolutely not. I will literally just block you. I do not care. All right? Mental health is important for every fucking person. And I dare somebody to call me a bully because I call out somebody who literally someone and is in our community acting like they didn't do a fucking thing other than they play it down. They play it all down. No. No. And if you guys want to believe the bullshit that she's saying about the whole David Blunt thing and all of that, then that's on fucking you. But she is a liar. And if you trust anything that comes out of her mouth, then you're just as complicit in the bullshit. Period. We all have our shit, right? I stole rugs, okay? I'm clean now, whatever. I know what it's like to be a felon, whatever, all right? But I didn't off someone. I didn't hurt a person and then get online and act like I didn't do shit. Probably should really watch these true crime creators out here. I mean, we're wild, right? If you think that something's hidden, it's not. And if people think they want to go down the rabbit hole with me, go ahead. Everybody already has. But everything's already on my TikTok page. Because I'm not ashamed of who I am anymore because I've changed. All right? And it would be different if she changed. And people are going to be like, oh, but she's not that person anymore. Really? She's not. She's lying. She's on parole until 2032. You cannot partake in the devil's lettuce while on parole. She is still breaking rules. She is still not doing what she should do. So don't come at me with some bullshit. And she's a changed individual. Wait, I should change that. That she's a changed individual. Because she's not a changed individual. And I bet that country accent's just as fake as she is. And you can all clock it. And I hope you're all recording it. I have no idea how she can gather up 1,000 people to watch her. I have no idea how she does it. But you know what? Master manipulators, they do a lot of things that people don't understand. Oh, yeah, I'm jealous of a murderer. You got me. You got me. That's some crazy ish right there. Yeah, somebody was being hateful. Somebody was being really hateful. And lying about every single thing. She's Country. Why don't you tell them how you scared somebody recently? How you spun it to make it seem like this other person said that you were affiliated with a gang. But let's tell the real truth what happened. Why don't we tell the real truth? You know what? I'll tell it. I'll tell it. Not my fucking story to tell, but I'm going to tell it because it's all coming out. She told the person that was out there searching for David that the Aryan Brotherhood was watching her. She tried to scare her. Scare her. And you all wonder why. You all wonder why. Because if somebody's saying that they have access to somebody from the Aryan Brotherhood, and she said she was texting them, all right, the Aryan Brotherhood. Bish, please. This person's partner is black. You did that to scare and intimidate and manipulate. Yes, I'm very fucking serious. And there's recordings of this fucking person doing this shit. So she is not okay. All right. She's not an okay individual to be around. All right. Literally, she said that the Rusk PD was going to take her phone, and then I brought it up and she said, I never said that. Yes, you did multiple times, and I've got it on recording. Funny thing is we called there. They said that they never heard of her. Nobody was taking her phone. Nobody's heard of her. She's country, is who I'm talking about. And she's crazy, is what she is. She ain't country, she's crazy. She's going to sit and spin, just like I said in my message yesterday, just like I said in my video yesterday. I said, I can't wait to see the stories that you tell, because we already knew the truth. So I can't wait for the stories that she's going to spin. How are you going to get out of this one? Because what you should have done when you got out of jail for Schmurder, what you should have done was you should have just stuck to true crime Schmurder vision. Like, talk about your jail time, talk about prison time, right? I think it's pretty rude to not disclose that you're a Schmurderer and have people over to stay the night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I probably wouldn't have come to your house if I'd have known that you were a Schmurderer. That's putting somebody's life in danger. Whether you're reformed or not, but we already proved you're not reformed. Aryan Brotherhood, my ass. You don't know the fucking Aryan Brotherhood. The fuck? I mean, I'm smart enough to know that, right? I'm smart enough to know that. People have threatened me so many times online. I'm smart enough to know, right? That me and Justin's beef. I don't have beef with Justin. Justin who? Just in the nick of time? What the hell? Calm down, killer. Welfare check, please. Call him. Call him up. Do you think I care? I don't care. It's people like you. What are you? Are you She's Country's burner? Because I don't have her blocked. She can stroll right the hell in. One thing I'm not is a fake ass bitch. Okay, that's one thing I'm not. No, I'm not Nicole's keeper. I'm nobody's keeper, honey. You obviously don't know me, and you're about to get the boot. He was just dogging. I don't know Justin Stewart. I mean, I know of him. He's a loudmouth on here, hangs out with some other people who are just like he is. Me and Justin Stewart do not go in the same circles. If people like that want to sit and talk some shit, let them talk some shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I think that it's totally wrong what she did. I thought you were talking just in the nick of time, honey. I didn't know what Justin you were talking about. I know of Justin Stewart because of the Rebecca Park case. I don't really know them. I didn't know who you were talking about. Um, what did she do? What are you saying that she did was wrong? Because I'm sure that maybe you're mistaken. But with the honey, that's so rude. You know what? This is my page. If you don't like how I talk or how I say things, then don't be here. You don't like my condescending tone when people are condescending to me? I'm sorry, baby. I match energy. I just said baby. I can be sweet as pie, but buddy, I'm going to match your energy. I don't know. I didn't know they were talking about Justin Stewart. How was I supposed to know? Do you think I'm out here roaming the streets caring about what Justin Stewart has to say? You all's crazy, honey. Right, Sarah? I didn't. Who? You know what? I can insert myself anywhere I want to because guess what? It's true crime. It's true crime. And that's what I do. She's a criminal. Crime is in true crime. There you go. Take that one to the bank. Hey, Jody. Hey. Oh, you're good. You don't think so? Maybe you should go read the actual charges. They're on my video. A big back, that's hilarious. A big back is somebody who has a big back. You know, some people that their bodies are just shaped to where their back is really big. And mine's not like that, so I don't know. You know, I think that that's really funny when people want to stoop low to call people names about their appearance, but that's just me. I don't do that. I didn't dox anyone. I didn't dox anyone. I didn't put her name out there. I didn't put her address out there. I didn't dox anybody. Go look at those. Those don't even have her name on it. No, sure it's not. Sure it's not, Allie. I know that you're a big fan of hers, okay? And that's okay. You can be. All right? But you pretty much need to really but we're not going to be bullies anymore, right? I'm not being a bully. Thank you. Just mute her. You don't have to block her. I'm not being a bully. Calling somebody out for their lies is not bullying. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? Literally, I'm talking about somebody who is a career criminal, and I talk about true crime. And I also am talking about how she's fraudulently frauded all of you here on TikTok, and you're not going to want to believe it, right? You're not going to want to because you don't want to got. But honey, you all got, all right? You all got. And I released her record, but I didn't put her name on it, all right? Accountability isn't bullying. Thank you, Sarah. Who are you going to tell? Call the FBI. Tell them you think that I'm bullying online. I don't give a fuck what you say because it's not what you're saying that matters right now. I'm not bullying fucking shit. Me telling people that their piss poor behaviors on the internet is not, okay, is not bullying. That's it. I'm calling the AB. I'm scared. I'm scared. And see, that shit right there is just wrong because I'm dating a black guy right now. So that's just fucking wrong. That's why it's wrong to do that shit to her too. Why would you pick the Aryan Brotherhood? You could have picked any other affiliated gang to talk about. You could have said that you were a part of the Bloods or the Crips. Why'd you have to pick the Aryan Brotherhood? You're still calling. Okay. All right. Well, you might want to get the number from She's Country, because I guess she's got a direct line, which would also be a parole violation if she's talking with the Aryan Brotherhood. We're talking about She's Country. You know, I don't think that a lot of people are educated in a lot of things sometimes. And it's okay, because we all have to learn, right? But like, when you're on parole, there's a lot of things that you can't do that's different than probation. Are you okay, girl? I'm fine, girl. How you doing? Nobody would want to have a relationship with a group like that. But behind the scenes, that's what she was doing and saying. Behind the scenes, that's what she was threatening with, saying they're watching you. You need to stop right now. You need to stop talking about this case. You need to stop doing this case. You have to stop talking about it. You have to stop doing it. Those were the things that she was doing. Talk about what I do. What do I do? Call out piss poor behaviors on the internet since 2025? Yep, I do that. Yep. You can't affiliate with other felons. You can't affiliate with gangs. You can't partake in the devil's lettuce. You can't do schmeth. You can't do smeth. You can't do other drugs. You can't drink. I'm just saying, when I found out about it, it didn't feel real to me, because I've been through all the bullshit. I've been through people threatening me online, saying crazy things. So, like, the Aryan Brotherhood, like, what the fuck, you know? That's just weird. Well, I know I never did. I never gave a name, an address, or anything. See, this is what people do. They get so butthurt because their info's out there, then they want to say that you doxed them when you didn't dox them. I still have never said her full name. The only thing I've ever said is She's Country and Ray, and that's what she goes by here on TikTok. So I didn't dox at all. Didn't say anything. So we can pull that bullshit card if you want to. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. It's also true because you heard. What do you think? It's also true because you heard. Well, what about screenshots, voice memos, recorded calls? STS Nation is saying the police responded to the wrong house in the dentist and wife murders. Never heard of that. Never heard that happened. You mean initially they went to the wrong house? Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Oh, shoot. My boyfriend's telling me something that's not the best. I got 2 hours sleep, but I am starving. I'm so hungry. So hungry. Streamer, they're talking mad shit. Oh my word, talking mad shit. That's all they can do, because nobody would come over here. She ain't gonna come over here, and I'm not going over there. The person is still walk around. What? I'm laying in my bed. Oh gosh. Look what you made me do. I guess I'll get up and go in the office. I guess I'll go and get in the office. I'm not even dressed. I mean, I have a sweatshirt on, but I like to be. Let me get a hat. I'll be under the big lights. Where is my hat? Which hat am I going to wear? Wait, where is my hat? There it is. It's like, what the fuck? Hold on, little girl. I'm coming. I have to get to my... Oh, I forgot to charge my tablet. Oh, well, this is a catastrophe. All right, hold on. This is a catastrophe. Oh, little girl. Why did I do that? Wake up, little girl. Oh. All right. My word. Here I am in all my glory. Let me turn my light on. Gosh. I was going to bed rot today. Why not? Why can't I bed rot? I don't feel very detective right now. It's hard, right? It's hard being as good as some people are. You can be a detective, though. You can do it, too. Oh, man, I hate it when people want to... I'm sorry, true that. Anybody can be a detective. All right, let's look here. Let's see what's being...
Breaking news. They now say they may have camera footage.
I don't think I can. I got to go on the backup. Hold on. Motherfucker. Okay, I'll use that one.
Footage that revealed.
All right, let's do this. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I can think of if it was that.
I don't know
where his
where
property
St.
was.
Augustine County shit comes from, and in the
No,
2004, the death that occurred in 2004 was not even in the state of Texas. You fucking idiots!
Exactly.
It was not even in the state of Texas, and she had nothing to do with it.
She has nothing to do with it,
What
but
does
yet
it
she got
matter?
25 years and
because
she didn't get out for a long time.
This bitch is smearing my sister's name across the whole fucking world. That's what it matters.
That's right. They got it right.
She's
I
going
am
too
this
far.
bitch.
She's falsifying court documents. She is out of control.
I'm falsifying court documents? I'm out of control? Honey, let's see how mad you can get.
I don't care if
Let's
she's
watch them
listening.
rage.
Listen.
Let's watch them rage.
I need you to listen.
I'm listening.
It's wrong. All of the shit I just read on the Facebook post, it's wrong. All of it. It's lies.
It's not
It's
wrong.
put together bullshit.
It's not wrong.
It don't even make any sense. We know where the crimes were committed. None of it has ever been lied about. She's always been upfront and on. We know what she did to protect her child.
This is on the fucking an actual Texas
None of it
website.
happened in St. Augustine County. For sure, none of it did.
We know that.
Hold on. Pause that real quick. I just want to explain something. Like, turn that down real quick. I just want to explain something. Are you the one that supported it? I don't know, and I don't know. I'm not the one. Me? Or you? I don't know.
I didn't support
All I
anybody.
know is what they're saying on that live is not true. The reason why it shows St. Augustine, and I've been on the phone. Let me see if I can pull up phone records this morning. 1 second. Can you pull up phone records on?
Research was done all night, guys.
Okay, so I called Shelby County. I called Shelby County first. Then I called St. Augustine. I also called Sabine, and I also called Panola County. All of those 4 counties are tied into one, basically like one judge, one district court. Like, they, depending on the arresting agency, you can still go, like, if Nacogdoches arrest you, you can still go to some other. If Shelby County arrests you, you can still be held in you can still be tried with a St. Augustine judge. Like that judge goes to every single court. That's what I was told this morning. That's why the conviction was through the arresting agency, and the conviction was 2 different counties due to the fact of the judge and the court system itself. Could it be FOIA? Yes. Yes, it was FOIA. Let's just say that. And the information that I received is straight off of Texas DPS website, okay?
Put it in the chat.
They're saying that I falsified all this information. I promise y'all, I'm researching this for a reason, because multiple people have come to me saying, hey, you stayed at her house, but her video is not making sense to me. And I'm like, and they've been saying this, and I'm like, no, I believe her. Like, I believe that, I mean, she seems like a good person. When I went to her house, she seemed like a good person. Like, nothing really happened, but certain things that she said, and I don't want to blast everything out, y'all, but there's certain things that were said at her house that was a little like off to me. And I'm like, huh? And then now that people are saying this to me, it's all matching together, and it's all being put together. And people can hate me. People can unfollow me, block me, do whatever. But I've been sent screen recordings and waking up at 5 a.m. And there's people in the chat here that have texted me at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning that my name is being dragged through the mud. My name is doing this. My name is being that. People are telling me, just go ahead and unalive yourself. Just go ahead and do this, do that. You don't give a fuck about your mental health. You're just doing this for clicks and views and clout and all this other stuff. In fact, I am going through mental health. I've been going through mental health. Look at my fucking page. Let me make that very clear. Look at my page. Call my fucking parents. Call my family. Call my sister. I do have a relationship with my family. I do have a relationship with my family. And Ray saying my family's not millionaires. Let me show you my family's house. Why don't you look up my run a background on me. Look up my uncle's name. Look him up. Look at his salary. Look what he does for a living. Okay? Look up my father. Look up his salary. Look what he does for a living. Like, I'm just saying that all that shit is just stupid. Like, oh, she says her family's a millionaire. I've done my research. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with me? I'm not a millionaire.
Hey, Sassy, will you block anybody who's just being very disrespectful?
I wish I was a millionaire. Fuck. But the point is nobody falsified any information. This is straight from Texas DPS website. Texas Department or Texas, what is it? Department Safety, Public Safety. I don't fucking know.
What's the actual website?
Okay, hold on. No, hold on. I just have, where's the video I sent?
I can upload that one video.
Oh, I have it right here.
The Facebook.
Since everybody, let me make sure her address isn't posted. I don't want to dox her. A name isn't anything, but
this is going to show that everything she's saying right now and her sister is not true.
This is Ray. This is Ray, y'all. I have nothing to lie about. This is literally Ray straight from the website. That's her SID number. That is her mugshot for prison. Okay, there's all of her aliases that she goes by. Last updated 2023. Her SID number, SID number, whatever. There's the agencies that they have in their system of the arrest. And then all the arrest that they have. Those are all of the arrests that they have in their system. The reason for the different counties.
This isn't made up. We didn't just fabricate this shit.
No, this isn't fabricated. I don't know how to fabricate this, okay? I'm just saying. There's no way to fabricate any of this. And listen, I don't sit here and I don't judge a criminal. I don't judge anybody that's been to prison. That's not who I am. And y'all know my story. So I don't judge anybody that goes to prison. I believe in rehabilitation. I do. But what I don't like is somebody planting a story that's not true. How do you sit there and say, Nora's saying it's made up, but it's not 2 charges. There's multiple charges. She was initially on probation, got locked up for the schmurder, and then her probation got revoked due to that charge. Then she ended up being sentenced. Then she got out on parole, committed more crimes, including evading and possession and other stuff, forgery, and then got locked back up again out of Panola County, and then got out on parole. And she's been on parole since then. So I don't care about the whole charge thing. If she's rehabilitated, she's rehabilitated. But at the same time, you don't pin a video on your story or on your page, and have been saying this for the past 2 years, of this made up story about your daughter's father, and that he essayed her, and that the cop said that she was basically out of her mind. Okay, your daughter would have been 2 years old. How do you sit there and say respectfully a 2-year-old is out of her mind?
And there would have been charges if it was real. There would have been charges on him, and there wasn't. We've looked. There's no charges on him.
See, I don't know about that, because a lot of people get away with that shit here in Texas. A lot of people get away with
He
essay.
wasn't charged with it.
You know what I mean? And she did say that the police never did anything. And I mean, if that's true, I'm sorry. Like, nobody should ever go through that. But I don't believe the simple fact that her daughter was even questioned, right? So then you make up all this story saying that you went to prison for 25 years. You were sentenced to 25 years and served 16 years on criminal solicitation to capital murder. Well, in fact, there's no criminal solicitation anywhere on your prison record. Nothing that you went to prison for was for that. Nothing. Capital murder is not on your conviction. Capital murder is not, or criminal solicitation is not.
She said in her live that she got it charged.
It was due to her
in another
her
state.
baby. She just said it was her father's child. So what is this pin video about? And that he unalived himself. If this was a whole different father, then what is this whole deal about your daughter? That's what I'm not understanding.
They're saying that it happened in
another state, and she was arrested. She went and now she's saying that she met up a guy on a county line, allegedly.
I told you she was going to figure out stories. She was going to make some stories.
The only reason why I'm worried about it is because, God forbid, thank God was watching over me, okay? Because something could have happened when I went to her house. Something could have happened with me giving her my personal information. Ray has all my information. Ray has all my public information, all my private information. Ray knows everything, a lot of shit about me. Okay, I stayed a whole weekend with her. And now that I know that she was convicted and served all this time in prison for murder and never came out about that, yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, I feel that way. Yeah, I should have fucking looked her up and not believed her. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. Show the documents if it didn't happen. Everybody just going based off of her mouth, and I'm sitting here showing proof that she was convicted. You can't be convicted of murder without a dead body. You can't be charged with capital murder without a dead body. Why do you think they have autopsies and they don't charge people until they do an autopsy to show homicide?
It's not just this, guys. This woman has been doing the most and saying horrible things and doing things to make people look into her. Like,
where is the conspiracy charge? Show me where okay, listen. I don't want to argue with anybody. I don't want to get heated. I don't want to do any of that. All I'm saying,
she isn't open about those charges. She was only open
girl,
about
that's not what I'm talking about. I didn't say without a body. I said without proof of a body being deceased. Look at Harmony Montgomery. There was proof that she was deceased. So they charged him with murder. There is no conspiracy there's no conspiracy charges on her record, y'all.
But what they're saying, what Ray is saying now is that her conspiracy charges were from another state. And then she came.
Child. What child am I speaking on? Oh my, listen. I'm just going based off public record and the Texas Department of Safety. My mental health isn't good, but you can't sit here and lie and talk shit all fucking morning for 3 hours. She said 2 days ago she was done, and she's still going. Okay?
You guys.
Oh my God, her son called. Okay, fucking cry me a river. Cry me a motherfucking river, bro. Call the fucking cops on me. They're gonna come here and be like, hey, Nicole, how are you? I'd be like, I'm fine. These people are out of their mind. What happened to your face? I don't know. What happened to it? What happened to it? We're gonna shame people by the way they look now? I'm confused.
That's what people do.
Is that what the internet's about? I'm just saying, I never had an issue with any of this or any of her going to prison or any of that. It's the simple fact that her sister's telling one story right now on live and Ray's saying a whole nother story. Are y'all fucking delusional?
I mean, that's what they were doing this morning. She literally lied. And I said, you just said that. She goes, no, I didn't. And then her chat is like a cult. They were saying, no, she didn't. No, she didn't.
I had a wild imagination.
I have it recorded.
She's too.
Crazy.
Are you delusional? Fuck yeah. I am. That's why I'm getting help. That's why I'm getting help, because I need help. I do have mental health issues.
Cassie.
You need medication?
Cassie,
You're the reason why people kill themselves, Brittany.
You got to block people that are talking like this.
You're the one that, all y'all in the comments, y'all are the reason why people kill themselves. Let me make that very clear, okay? Y'all are the reason why people get to a point of killing themselves and going through with it. That's what the people in the comments. I'm not playing victim. I'm just saying.
You guys really need to
I'm just saying.
Seriously.
I'm just saying, y'all.
How is it that Nicole can't?
Do you want me to get my mother on the phone that sat in the fucking hospital for 24 hours with me just a couple of days ago because the cops showed up at my house and there was a fucking gun in my hand? Do y'all want me to show that proof, bro?
Nicole.
No, I'm like, this shit's crazy, bro. Everybody has a background, sure. And I'm not judging her for her background. I'm upset at the fact that she just didn't come forward in the first place. I would have never judged her if she would have just been like I'm going to your house.
She wouldn't be pushed like this if it wasn't for the chat. Why don't you guys stop?
I'm going to your house and what's it called? I'm coming over to your house and staying the weekend. Why don't you just be open about everything? I mean, I told her my fucking significant other's entire fucking life story. I told her my whole life story. And now I'm finding out that she was in prison for murder? Schmurder? If your mental health is that bad, stay off social media. I'm going to screenshot everything, okay? Something somebody else didn't do. Okay? So, that's what somebody else didn't do.
People don't understand that.
I want y'all to get out whatever y'all need to say to me that's negative. Please tell me how y'all really feel about me. I want to know everything y'all feel about me. Can y'all come up in the box and say it to my face?
That's doubtful. Most people won't do that because they don't care.
Say everything you want to my face. Let them up. Let them up. I am trying to talk. I was trying to talk even when I got up on here. But the comment section, the comments,
So listen, so it's not okay for Nicole to basically talk passionately about this, but it's okay for Ray and her sister to go over there and and now try to cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. I said yesterday, we're going to watch the stories now. We're going to watch the stories that Ray tells. And I'm telling you what, her story from today will not match tomorrow. All right? It will not
act like they haven't done anything wrong and that I'm the issue. I want y'all to know, listen, I have been a part of drama for months, for years, okay? I'm a fucking drama queen. Ask anybody that knows me and I'm proud of it, okay? I'm gonna own up to it. I've been a part of drama. I've burned my bridges in my life, okay? I know that. I know I've burned bridges in my life. I know that I'm dramatic, but y'all don't have to watch me. If y'all don't like it, you don't have to watch me. But at the end of the day, if you don't want, all of this shit started because Ray called me for an hour and a half on the phone, crying, shaking, terrified, begging me to remove myself off of the case that she's still fucking on. And she already made a post. She is going to sit there and make a post that she's removing herself, but then continues talking about it. But nobody will say anything to her. But I remove myself and watch. If I ever posted about David again, it's going to be, oh, I thought you were removing yourself. Oh, I thought you were backing away. I thought you were backing away.
So this isn't about David. This is about you being the center of drama with so many different people. You felt comfortable enough to stay at Ray's house, right? She has not hid the fact that she has been in prison, that she's committed crimes, and she hasn't hid that, right? You do this, Nicole. Nicole, you do this with every person.
I was the
Okay,
one abused. Look up the records.
okay, you do this with every person. AK, I've followed you for a long time, and it's all the drama twins and all that stuff. But I think that you need to do a little research because Nicole, you do this with every person. Okay, this is a pattern with you.
Hey, Freckles. I literally went to the site myself. I literally saw what I saw too. It's not that this is something that's not true. It is true. Okay. So maybe Nicole's done this in the past. Listen, maybe Nicole has done this in the past. Maybe she has been wrong in the past. Okay. But I saw it with my own eyes because I went to the actual website. I saw it too. It's a whole long rap sheet of years and years and years. And then she has gotten on the internet and conned people. She has literally lied to people about her charges. She has done all this in the name of true crime. And then you expect a true crime person who finds out that there's a lot of bullshit going on and somebody's not telling the truth to just step back and not look into it? No, that's not how this works.
So I haven't done any research. So has it been proven? Like, was there a body found that she was convicted of murder for? I'm curious about that.
Okay, so the actual website doesn't show like who the actual victim is. All right. I have scoured the internet for news articles regarding this, and there isn't any that we can find. But if it does have to do with
County has it.
Huh?
Said Shelby County has it.
But all the records are true. I mean, she was given 25 years and she did most of that sentence. And then she got out on parole. Then she had a probation violation and went back for another 3 years.
So listen, and I want to be transparent here. Okay. If there's no body and she was wrongfully convicted of murder, then why not bring your platform about being wrongfully convicted so people can help you?
Nicole, though, you didn't have a problem doing the searches with her and staying at her house, though,
No,
right?
I've never had an issue with her.
So can you get to the root of this, why you're so upset right now? Because you had no issues with her before.
Why do I have an issue? Why do I have an issue right now?
Yeah, because you didn't have a problem with knowing that she was a felon, that she's been convicted.
Well, she didn't know that what she was convicted of.
You know why nobody knows my story? Because I haven't said it on the internet. Because I haven't brought it. This is the first time that I've been live in days. I haven't been live on the internet in days. Nobody knows my story. Nobody knows my side of things. Nobody knows it. And when I feel like telling it, I will.
We don't, but you know what?
It
We don't actually
started
need to
from
know.
me. It started from Ray.
But I don't need to know your story, okay? I don't need to
Okay,
know
well
your
then why are you
personal
asking me
issues.
my
Nope.
story?
No, what I'm
Why are
saying is
you
I don't
asking
need
me?
to know your personal background, your personal issues. What I am saying is that you did searches with her. You stayed at her house. You did, you had a history with her. You were in her boxes. You guys had phone numbers, all that kind of stuff, right? So what happened? Because she made it
You
clear what
didn't
her
say you don't
charges
need to know
were.
my story. That's the story I was talking about just now. I'm not
But
talking about my personal
Ray
life.
basically, and I said a little bit of this earlier, Ray basically kind of threatened her and scared her.
Ray told me that I need to promise her that I am going to back off the case for her to give. She's like, Nicole, she called me on the phone Sunday night and said, Nicole, this is serious. This is dangerous. I'm terrified. She was shaking. She was crying. And I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, I need you to promise me that she's like, I'm backing off this case, but I need you to promise me that you're going to back off this case, that you'll remove yourself if I tell you this information. And I said, what information? She said, you have to promise me. And I was like, Ray, I don't promise things if I don't know the information in the first place. And I was like, okay, I'll promise you. And I've stuck with my promise and I haven't talked about it anymore. So then she told me about the Aryan Brotherhood and how they've been messaging her and how they've been basically watching the searches and where everybody's been every single day, every single time, even if it's not publicly said. A certain member of the Aryan Brotherhood has been messaging her and she's scared and it's all come out and she's figured it out. So I was like, well, I'm not. So then we were on the phone for an hour and a half digging on certain people. She was asking me names. I was researching them on my iPad while I was on the phone with her. We were digging up certain people of the fucking gang. So then I got off the phone with her. She made her post. I made my post to back off. And that was that. Well, then the following day, I want to say it was the following day in the afternoon, I got a call from the police. The police told me, hey, we got a call that you have all the information on this Aryan Brotherhood. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, somebody messaged you about searches or whatever. And I was like, no. I was like, they messaged like a partner. And I was like, they were like, can you give that name? And I was like, no, I don't want to give that name. I don't feel comfortable. I was like, and I'm definitely not doing it over the phone. So then they were like, well, your name, we were told that it was you. And I was like, who told you that? Because she said that she hasn't told anybody and I have not talked to anybody about it.
Nicole,
And
you claimed that 4 different people said that, though. You didn't say that it was just Ray. You said that 4 different people.
That's a whole different situation. That's about her being a part of it, not the conversation that she had over Facebook and what the police said. What the police said was not that she was a part of it. Wait, what? I know what you're talking about, but that's not what I'm talking. I'll get to that. It's kind of long, but I mean, if you want to hear my story, let me say it. I'll tell you my side. So then she said, so then I was like, who is it? Like, who's calling y'all? How do y'all know? So then he was like, well, another detective got a call. And I was like, well, who called him? And he was like, I don't know. You'll have to call him and ask him. And I was like, okay, well, I'll call him because I haven't talked to anybody. And Ray told me that or my partner, because I never gave names out. I never gave Ray's name out until yesterday. I never called the detective and gave Ray's name until
Hold on a second, Nicole. I will not let people up in the box to gang up on anyone. And you're sitting here in the comments saying how mad you are, how mad you are. Well, then be mad, but you could be mad in the comment section. I'm letting Freckles up here. She's talking to Nicole. They're having a peaceful conversation. Nobody's yelling and screaming. Nicole's getting passionate, of course. But just, calm down. You can be next as long as you're not going to be disrespectful in the live. Like, right? Just one at a time. I even said that in the live or in the comment section.
So then I was like, okay, I'll call him. So then I get off the phone with him and I call the other detective, and the detective told me the person's name. And I said, who is that? Like, I don't know this person's name. I've never talked to this person. It's been less than 24 hours and y'all are calling me about this information that I allegedly have in a conversation that I allegedly had with a member. And so I was like, no, like I haven't said anything. I don't know who this person is. So then I text, I don't know if it was in the group chat. The group chat had me, Ray, and other searchers that were with us. It was like 8 of us inside the group chat. And I think I either texted the group chat or I texted them individually. I also texted Ray and asked her did she know this person? And initially she said no, and then she ended up saying who it was. Hold on, I'm gonna pull them up. So I was like, I've never talked to him. And I even went to my messages and I talked to him once. It was like, he said something, I said something, he said something back, and that was it. And I talked to him on my platform. He's been in my box before. That's all. I've never talked to him over the phone. I didn't even know his name off the top of my head. So he wasn't somebody that was like close to me at all. So then, hold on. 1 second.
No, it's not. No one is claiming that she's in a gang. She's the one who said she knows the Aryan Brotherhood and is being texted by the Aryan Brotherhood. She's the one that said that. Like,
hold on 1 second. This mommy too many person wants to come up. I'm telling, Freckles asked for my side of the story, so I'm giving my side of the story. It's long. I haven't talked about it. She asked for it, and here I am giving it. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to listen to me. I don't
Just ignore the comments. Go ahead. Like, say your piece. People are going to comment.
1 second.
Just ignore them.
Oh, shit. This is a wrong. Hold on. Okay, so I asked her who is, and I said the person's name. She said, I don't know. I said, what the fuck? How did they attach me to this? Have you ever talked to that person? So she said, so that person's name, and then his name on TikTok. And I said, did you speak to him? She said, I talked to him about a few things. I said, what the fuck? He turned it on me, Ray. She said, what do you mean turned it on you? Like, in what way? Like, he said you had information. And then I called her and we spoke on the phone. Within that conversation, I told her that he told the police that I had all this information and that I spoke to the messages, because the main piece of information that the police wanted was the conversation that somebody had with a member of that affiliation. So I said, no, I was like, he's telling the police that I have that conversation. And in fact, it was Ray. So, and she was like, I never told him anything. I never said any of that. And I was like, well, how does he get that information? Like, is somebody's phone tapped or whatever? And she was like, no. She was like, well, he's a PI, so I don't know what he can do. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was freaking out because I'm like, why is this all coming back to me whenever I've never had conversation, but yet Ray has? So then at that point, I'm like, something weird is going on here behind the scenes and I don't know about. And she told me the only information that she told me, or that she told him initially, was, this is her first story, was that she told him that she was backing away from the case and it was information that she had found out. Well, then yesterday morning, when everything happened, yesterday morning, was it yesterday morning?
put it in the chat right now.
What's today's day? Thursday, Tuesday morning, Ray, I messaged Ray Monday night, and then Ray messaged me back. I'm not going to read all of this, and I don't know if Ray wants me to read this. I'm out of respect, I'm not going to read this information. But basically, in these messages, she told me I only told me half of what she told that guy that called the police. So initially she told me that I told that she told him that she was backing away and that she was backing away and that she found out some like information. And she kept telling me that she didn't tell nobody. And I was like, okay, like that's why I was like, what the fuck? Where did my name come into play in any of this information with this affiliation? So the night before, this guy that's on the search team had called Ray because I was in the group chat texting about this shit because I was freaking out. And one of the people in the group chat called Ray and was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was told by that person that Ray explained everything. And I'm not going to repeat it, okay? And AK, I don't want you to repeat this. I do feel bad for saying it the other day, and I'm going to apologize publicly. I'm going to apologize for what I did say about Ray the other day because I don't know it to be a fact. I was told that information, so I will apologize publicly about that information, and it doesn't need to be repeated. But that piece of information was what Ray allegedly told this person over the phone, and that information was said to me. So then I repeatedly called that person to explain that. And if Ray knows who that person is, I even told Ray that I would go on 3-way call and clear the air, so that they can tell her that's what they heard from her. So at that point, I was like, what the fuck? I initially believed it. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I will. I'll message her. I'll call her and apologize to her, y'all. I felt like shit even yesterday whenever I've taken accountability behind the scenes about that, okay? And my thoughts aren't all fucking there right now, but at the same time, I've stayed not on live and I've seen a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, all of this shit came from not saying the whole story, not saying exactly what you told this person. So yeah, I did freak out. I did go on live and ask for advice about the police, and they told me that they would bring me in for questioning, that they need to come in for questioning. So then then they told me, yes, you need to come in. So I texted him and he told me to come in at 1 p.m. on Saturday at Rest Police Department. Well, then I told him I voluntarily declined, I declined the voluntarily interview. And I don't want to come. I don't want to go. So then he was like, well, if you don't want to come in at that point, we can do a court order and bring you. And I have a voice recording of him stating, because I questioned him about the subpoena, and AK has listened to that whole call. I think it was AK that has listened to it. Basically, where I was like, are you sure you can subpoena even if there's no case? And he was like, I can pull you, I can write a court order. So maybe he meant court order and not subpoena. He said, I can court order anybody that I want to pull in for questioning. He said he'd been pulled in, I don't know, whatever. And then he did tell me that if this case ends up being criminal, me, Ray, that other guy that called the police might be pulled in for as a witness to testify if it gets down to that, because we've been deeply involved. So I don't know if all of this has just been a misunderstanding. I have not spoke to Ray. I have not talked to Ray since all this shit went down on the internet. But at the end of the day, the simple fact of the full truth about what was actually told and why, I still have never gotten an answer as to why my name was brought up to the police in this whole situation, and why I have to promise somebody to remove myself from the case to get that information, but yet they tell me they're going to get off the case because they're terrified, but yet they're still on the case. Now, good luck to you, because I mean, I don't want to I don't know anything about the Aryan Brotherhood, y'all. I don't fucking know. I didn't even know they were white supremacists. I don't know about any of that. I don't. I really don't. And y'all can call me stupid, dumb, whatever y'all want, whatever name in the book y'all want to call me, but I don't know about any of that. All I have done is just respond. I've responded to everything that has happened publicly. So you sit there and make a post about me doing this, I'm going to respond. And maybe I shouldn't respond. Maybe I should just shut the fuck up and let people dog me and tell me to unalive myself in my DMs. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. And maybe I should allow people to sit here and tell me that I'm doing this mental health shit for clout and clicks and views. Why don't you call Harris County? Why don't you call Harris County Constable's Office, Precinct 4, Mark Herman, and get the FOIA? Why don't you FOIA the police footage when the police came to my house and I had a gun in my hand? No, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not. Because it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
It is messed up.
You don't sit here and I come back and get my phone in my possession and I see all the nasty shit that is said on the internet.
Nicole, breathe for a minute. Breathe for a minute. Just breathe for a minute. Breathe for a minute.
It's not. Look at the fucking comments, bro. It's fucked up.
Yeah,
it's
you can
fucked
talk.
up.
Let this mama 2 minutes.
I might do this. I might sit here and do whatever the fuck. I might burn bridges with people. I might fucking cause drama. I might do any of this, but I haven't got to this point. Okay? I haven't scared my family the way I've scared my family. I've never scared people that fucking did any of this. I scared my own fucking self. I told the police that I'm fucking terrified to follow through, but I want to. Okay?
Sassy, turn it back
That's
on.
the truth. Do I want to take my own life? I fucking do. But I'm scared to follow through. So fuck off.
God damn it.
Okay. If that is your friend, like,
No,
I've been watching Nicole
I know. Okay, I
but
get
I've
it.
encouraged you to get her off the internet.
Well, I just got her out.
I know. I know that you just dropped her. I'm just saying, like, I have watched her cover so many cases, and she always seems to turn it around and make it about her and attack other creators.
And I get that. And she has a past. All right, I get that.
And I understand, and I am not knocking anyone's mental health, but you guys are a true crime community that are like, you're out here helping real victims. Like,
Yeah, for real.
but she seems to be able to turn it around always and attack her fellow creators. And it always seems to turn around and make it about her. And I think it's so wrong. And Ray, I mean, my God, Ray, she's huge accusations against Ray, who literally leaves everybody alone, stays in her own lane.
Come on now. She wasn't staying in her own lane today when she talked for over an hour about
Well, people are going to defend themselves eventually. I mean, honestly.
She's saying stuff that, like, she's not telling it all, though. Not everybody's perfect. And Ray's sitting there saying that I tell the truth, I tell the truth. We found out that no, she does not tell the truth. She doesn't. Her rap sheet shows she does not tell the truth. She could have came on here and she could have said, because she's so proud about, like, getting out of prison, all that. She could have said, hey, I did this, 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 and this. And you know what? People would have been like, okay, you did that stuff, right? But she didn't.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm just saying, like, as a viewer of true crime and watching you all, I've been watching you guys all since the Idaho days. Okay.
Give me just a second.
Brad Norton was there. I don't know when you pause, if you can hear me or not.
She's blocked me now. So now I can't reach out to her. Like, she blocked
me. I feel like this is kind of what she does. I've seen this pattern with her so many times. And I don't not like Nicole, but I feel like this is like counterintuitive to what you all are trying to do. If she's going to be in the true crime community, all of these cases, it's like if someone has like more information than her, then she gets upset. If I've watched this like happen more than once. Allie, I saw your comment. You don't need to come up here and yell at
Mama,
me.
Mama,
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna. I'm not
helping
gonna.
right now. Hold on,
Right. I'm
everyone.
gonna.
Well,
Hold on.
I'm also
One
allowed to
at a
say my
time.
opinion.
Nobody is helping right now. The comments are bashing Nicole. She's probably seeing it. Mama, I know, I understand where you're coming from, but nobody is helping by even pushing back on this right now. What's most
Okay, well, I'm gonna
important
go
is
then.
that, yeah,
I don't
what's most
like support
important
you,
is that,
Allie. I support AK. I was just speaking my mind. So I'm gonna
I
It's
go.
not
know,
about
but
crime
right
right
now is
now.
not the
It's
time
about
Hold on a
her.
to,
second before you drop.
right now is not the time to
Hold
be
on.
speaking your name and
Hold
your
on, Allie.
opinion on how you feel about Nicole.
Well,
Clearly,
no, I
she
think I can
is,
speak my opinion. I think I'm
Yeah,
allowed
you
to speak
did.
my
You
right
said
now
opinion.
is
you
not
turned it
the
around on her.
time.
Okay, listen,
All right.
Mama.
Yeah, the comments are going off
I'm
on
sorry if
her.
I disappointed anybody,
She's
but I literally
clearly
saw
not in the
what
right
I saw.
headspace. I'm not
I
supporting
know.
I
anything
think it's
Nicole
fair,
has
AK.
said. Can you let me speak, Mama?
Well, AK's talking to me, so I'm just trying to hear her, and then I'm gonna say.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not helping at all, woman.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
sorry,
Wow.
AK. What were you saying to me?
I was
Oh
just
my
saying that
God.
I'm sorry if you feel like I disappointed you, but I don't ever come out with no facts. So, like, I literally saw everything, went to the website, I sent it to Kristen. So, hopefully, Kristen will look at it and she can set everybody straight.
I understand. For me, it was just really disheartening to hear her go after Ray the way she has been the last couple
Well,
of days.
Nobody's
you know,
I
agreeing
will
with what
drop.
she's doing or saying about Ray or anything. The point is that she is not mentally well right now, and what's not helping is by saying, give your opinion on her. This is real life. Mental health is fucking real. And what
I've
she can
never lived
decide
in
to
a
do,
box.
she could decide that
you
she's not even
I've
even
never lived
going
in
to
a
do
box.
anything.
If you
But
guys are her friends,
oh
then help
my
her, is all I'm
God,
saying.
Mama, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
how
bye,
about you
AK.
Hey,
grow up?
How do
Nicole,
I
if
get
How
out
you
of
about you
here?
grow up, Mama?
How, how about I grow up? Are you kidding?
All you're
I'm
trying to do
not.
is
Yeah.
fight
You're
right now,
sitting here.
woman. Do you not hear yourself? You're just trying to argue. That's all you're up here
You just want to
for.
be right.
Okay, I'm not
Some
even a
people
creator.
are
I have an
actually
opinion.
concerned by the things that were
no, I'm
just
trying to
stated by
tell
a
you,
human being
Nicole,
up
if you're in the
here.
chat, please unblock me.
Okay, AK, have a nice day. I'm not up here. Like, I don't go live. I don't do any of this shit. I'm just saying how I feel, and I think it's wrong.
Right now
So,
is not the time for your feelings.
okay,
We
Allie.
could
Okay,
talk
gotcha,
again.
girl.
We could talk again.
Okay, bye, AK. I don't know how to get out of here even.
Gotcha.
All I'm saying is that no matter what you feel about Nicole, human being, put everything aside. This is a human being, and the things that she said just now are really concerning, no matter what. And I know people are saying it's for clout, this or that. For sure, fine. But I don't want to be on the other side of some kind of incident that might happen, that someone might get pushed to.
Me
So
neither.
right now, the comments of shit talking her, discussing her, is not what's needed right now. She needs a break from the app. She needs the attention to be off of her because this is pressing, pressing, pressing. Again, I'm not saying she's right at anything. I'm not on her side, Ray's side. I'm trying to take everything out of this and just see that this is a human being that's clearly hurting right now and that this platform is not helping. We don't need another incident where someone does something bad to themselves because their name keeps getting dragged up. Okay? It's very concerning the things she was saying. I know that a lot of y'all are wanting to say that she's just doing it for drama. So be it. But again, I don't want to be on the other side of that situation. Okay?
Nicole, if you are in the chat, will you please unblock me?
I think that if anyone has contact with her family, reach out to them, have her family surround her, and then everyone else stay out of it. Have your opinions. Go to your Discord and talk shit.
No, I am helping her. You just don't see that I'm helping her.
No, AK, I trust
No,
that you
no, not
are.
you. I'm talking to the chat.
Oh, okay.
I did. I did. I have my messages from Kristen. It's being taken care of, guys. Listen, I don't agree with what Ray's done. Okay, I don't. And this has caused a lot of stress on Nicole for days. And people cannot like her or say that she does this or whatever. But that doesn't mean just because she has done this that what she's saying is not true either. I mean, I put up a video clip, a voice clip of Ray saying that she wanted to follow Misty. Like, really wanted to go find out where she was going and follow her. Like, there's a lot of things that she's doing that's not okay. You know what? I'll say whatever I want to say on my platform. If you don't like it, you guys don't have to be here. I met Nicole through the Rebecca Park thing. And in the beginning, I didn't necessarily like how she reacted to some things, right? But people don't always like how I react to things sometimes. All right? We all have flaws. We all do things sometimes that aren't the best. All right? But I've got to know Nicole. I think Nicole's a good person. So that's my opinion of it. And I know everybody else has their own opinions of everything because they've probably watched her longer. Thank you, Kristen. I don't see it.
Did you mute me?
No.
We all have different life experiences, you know. At her age, I had been through hell and high water, so I was a bit different. You know, maybe she hasn't had life experiences like some of us have at that age. I don't agree with everything she does, but damn, she's a human being, and at that point alone, y'all, we gotta just give grace sometimes. We just gotta put this shit down and realize, hey, that's a human being at the other end. That's all. I'm gonna jump down. I'm driving. So
Ray doesn't want a box. She hasn't asked for a box. Back up. I don't know. I'm not requesting her. No one's saying that she's not a human being, guys. But just because you're a human being doesn't mean you don't do shitty things. People don't like to be called out on their piss poor behaviors. Even Nicole, she doesn't like to be called out on her behaviors. You know, it's not fair to a lot of people. You know, she's having her live. She's talking about stuff over on her live. Then set the record straight to your people over on your live. Nobody's falsifying federal documents. Ask Kristen. I sent her the website. They're real documents. Nobody's falsifying anything. I don't even know who to have up because I don't really know what people are going to say. No, I'm sorry. I don't. It's okay, Mama. Oh gosh, 867. Who's snoring? It's my dog. I just known her through the Rebecca Park case. doesn't. Oh, Sarah, I forgot. Now you've disappeared. See, the chat moves too fast. Oh, I put it in the, hey, I'll send it to you in a direct message because you messaged me. I didn't have your, all right. So look at the bottom of this. Where's it at? Oh, okay. Nicole didn't block me. She phone off. It's weird because it went to that near thing. And so it made like a not working tone. I thought she blocked me. She didn't block me. Nicole's okay right now. I don't. There you go, Jeepin. Nobody's trying to come up, guys. Nobody's trying to come up. I've gotten 3 requests. Ava, Emily, and Beaded. I don't know who any of those people are. I don't know any of those people. That's my dog snoring. It's okay. She's not blocked. I never blocked her.
I just wanted to tell people in the comments that I'm also listening to Dora's live on another device, and Ray's in the comments of Dora's live, so she probably isn't requesting if she's in the comments. So people can stop trying to make you accept somebody. She's where she wants to be over there. That's all.
Okay, yeah, I don't. She's not. She hasn't requested anything.
Yeah, she's not in here. Because there's updates on Gary Wayne Sutton's case that Dora is covering, and I know that Ray was following it, so.
She's here. She requested.
Oh, did she? Okay, well, she was just over there. Sorry.
Sorry about that. I was trying to get the update on my boy Gary Wayne, but I'm here now. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Uh-oh, I'll get down so y'all can talk.
All right.
Did you find a victim?
You don't have to be a smartass.
I'm just asking a question.
Who is the victim?
I would like to know if you found one.
You don't get capital murder charges for 25 years and there not be a victim, Ray. These charges, you and your
Did you
sister
find a victim? That it's a simple question.
And
Did you find a victim?
I asked you a question. You're not going to deflect with me because
You made a statement. You didn't ask a question. You said you don't get capital murder charges without a victim. That was a statement, not a question.
Okay.
I asked you a question.
Did you get capital murder charges without murdering anyone for 25 years? Were you wrongfully convicted?
I did. The charges that you see are mine. There is a victim. He is living. And yes, that's in my charges. That's what I got charged with. But the victim is living. What happened to me is bullshit, and I've been fighting it for a long time. But hey, it's cool. Do what you do. Find the victim.
No, that's not cool. And stop deflecting like that. Why can't you have a grown up conversation? Literally, nobody charges somebody with schmurder and the person's alive. That's not how this works. That's not how any of that works. Nobody's attacking Ray. I'm talking calmly.
My victim is
Cassie,
alive.
can you turn the comments off, please?
My victim is alive. Period. He's alive.
If your victim is alive, then why is it murder?
It's a question I've been asking for a long time. If you can figure it out, hey, it'd be great.
That makes no sense. You would have think that they would have changed your charges then. Because if somebody's not DEAD, then they're not schmurdered. But you also have charges of escaping. And the schmurder charge is attached to that. What did you escape from?
Wait, what did you say? You cut out. What charges do I have attached to that?
You have a charge of escaping and murder attached to that. Hold on, let me read it verbatim because I can't.
I just want to say that I want to talk about the Shelby County, what was the other one? St. Augustine, how they were all correlated. I was confused because I talked to St. Augustine, Shelby County, who else did I call? Sabine County and Panola County. And I was told by St. Augustine, why, because I initially called St. Augustine because one of my report, and that was this report that I have as the last report, and that is that's Texas DPS. Texas DPS is that report. That's straight off of Texas's website. You have to pay to even have an account on that website. It's like $900 a year. You have to pay for that. It's legit. It has all your numbers on there. It's not, nothing is falsified.
No, I'm not denying the charges.
No,
what
I'm saying is I was listening to your live just a bit ago, and Leslie was saying that it's all falsified and it's bullshit. And what I want to explain to you,
because she doesn't understand it either. Because she doesn't understand it either. It's what we've been working on for years.
No, what you
Okay?
guys were saying
What I
over
said,
there, you said that we falsified the documents. That's what you said.
Did you
The stuff we were
let
showing
me
was
say
false.
that.
Stop. If
Leslie
you want me
said
to answer something, I will answer it.
What?
I corrected her. If you listen to the whole thing, I corrected her. And I said, look, those are my charges. That is what I'm charged with. I'm not denying any of that, Nicole. But I did not unalive anybody. Period.
So
Whether
what
you want to believe it or not, I don't give two shits.
Maybe this isn't a conversation for the internet. Maybe it should just be me and Ray rather than the whole internet. And maybe that's just how it needs to be.
Why does it need to be a conversation at all, Nicole? Because you don't understand how small towns work. That's what they do. That's what I've been fighting against. That's the whole fucking point. I do what I do on this app.
Why did Leslie just say one story and you said a whole nother story? And then
because she doesn't understand the charges herself. She's never looked up my shit. She doesn't pay $900 to go digging off into charges.
She was there the whole time. She said she was there.
She was there. Do you realize how long ago that was?
Know
She was
what it is if she was
Oh my
there.
God. Okay, well, whatever. It doesn't matter, Nicole. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Keep the post
I
up.
said, you're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk because you weren't here before you came in here. Before
Talk now.
well, you're not fucking even letting me speak. So what I said previously is that if you weren't convicted and it wasn't true, then why not make your platform about being wrongfully convicted and allow people to help you or support you? Or nobody knew that you were wrongfully convicted. Nobody knew that you were wrongfully convicted of schmurder. Criminal solicitation to capital schmurder is not schmurder. it's criminal solicitation. It's planning and plotting to go and do to go and plan a capital murder. And your story was that you were drawing out a map, and before it ever even got to that point, you were arrested. So
That's
and
the
then
truth.
you said on your
That's the
live
truth.
a bit ago that you went and met up with somebody.
Yes, I did. The person I drew the map for.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to interrupt this for a second. Nicole, hold on one second, hun. I want to explain how the law works in Texas, guys, just so everyone understands how this works. Texas has what's called the law of parties, okay? It's very different than a lot of other states, but under the Texas law of parties, you can be held criminally responsible for someone else's conduct if you intentionally help, encourage, or aid in committing the actual crime. So the charge itself of M is allowed in Texas under Texas Penal Code 7.01A and 7.02A2. Under 7.01A, a person is criminally responsible as a party to an offense if it is committed by its own conduct, by the conduct of another for which they are criminally responsible, or both. And under Texas Penal Code 7.02A2, a person is criminally responsible for an offense committed by another if, with the intent to promote or assist the commission of said offense, they solicit, encourage, directs, aid, or attempts to aid the other person in the commission of the offense. So if you draw a map to help someone locate the victim or of an escape route or entry point or anything, and you do so with the intent that they use it to commit the M, it can qualify as aiding under 7.02A2. If the actual unaliving happens or whatever, they can charge you with M itself, not just conspiracy. What she is trying to explain, and I have to agree, and I get a lot of people probably won't agree with me here, but that's what she's been challenging and telling everybody, as I was wrongfully convicted because they went ahead and charged her as if the unaliving actually happened under that code, when in fact he's still very much so alive. And I did just check, and he is still very much so alive. Oh, we know he's alive. So that's what Texas did, and that's the issue. That she
Is your son's dad and Natalie's dad the same person?
Did you say Lucas was talking and I didn't hear you?
I said, is Natalie and your son's dad the same person?
No.
Because your video, you kept saying on your live, and I have it screen recorded, that I'm implying that your son's father is dead, but yet your pinned video is about your daughter's father.
When I was on my live, my son called me and he said, "Are you going to try to handle this, or do you want me to handle it?" And I said, "What are you seeing?" He said, "They're implying that you unalived my father because his father is deceased."
Nobody said that though. So
Okay,
why
well, I
are
don't
you
know where
saying
he
on
got
your
that.
live?
No, it came from my phone call of my son.
But
That's where it came from.
He's putting words into my mouth because I never said that.
I'm just telling you, that was the phone call with my son. He told me that. He's seen that.
Where? I said
know
that
where.
your daughter.
I don't know where.
Your daughter's father.
What
And I
about
even put in my post that the victim that you state is very well so alive, that you state inside of your pinned video.
Yeah, he is. What's your point?
Can I say something for a second? For one, Kristen, thanks for explaining that to me, because capital murder here in Ohio is different. It's different in every jurisdiction. And that's why when you sent that to me and I actually looked at what the charge consisted of, that's where it made sense. So what she's been advocating for, and I did a video on it as well, because I do agree with Ray in this context that she had ineffective assistance of counsel is what happened. And I'm assuming, Ray, you had a public defender, which is very normal for situations with public defenders. They're not going to go to bat, as all of us know, like a private attorney will. But what they should have done was challenge the context of intent, the communication, the agreement, and the use of the map for other acts. And my assumption, without seeing the entire case file, is that probably wasn't done. But in Texas, you can knowingly draw a map so someone else can unalive somebody. And if they do, you can be charged with M as a party. But if
but she was still charged with that even though the unaliving never happened. And that is her whole point of claiming I was wrongfully convicted and this happened and it was unfair. And that's what she's been trying to figure out and challenge, is how they did that without the actual unaliving ever even happening. So that's where her argument comes into play.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. But that's just so everybody knows, Texas does allow it under what's called the law of parties. So it's weird, but yeah, sorry.
So Ray, I'm going to officially apologize. I am sorry that I don't know Texas law, for one, because I was going by Ohio law. I wasn't going by Texas law.
Well, you can never do that. If whatever state you're looking into, that's a state laws you need to look into.
I get that, and I said I'm sorry.
So where's the criminal solicitation charge? Because it's not there.
That's what started everything, I think, right? The criminal solicitation.
That is
this didn't start from me. This started from multiple people reaching out to me in regards to your video. I never. How would I think about this if I had stayed at your house? I've been in communication with you. I've done this. I've done that. Multiple people have come to me stating, hey, you need to look more into her charges. So I did. And then I saw that and I'm like, how are you convicted of schmurder if nobody was unalived, and that it was criminal solicitation to capital schmurder. Capital schmurder was initially the charge. Criminal solicitation wasn't a charge at all. Capital schmurder was the charge.
I'm going to go see if I can find my parole papers. So keep talking. I'll carry you with me.
Because not making sense, and I'm gonna pull back, and I'm gonna sit here and say I'd like to understand this. I don't know how this. I mean, I don't even understand. I think the main charge that confuses me the most is the capital schmurder escaping a penal institution that's connected to the schmurder charge.
Well, if you can figure that out, I will pay you to figure that shit out. I've been trying to figure it out for years, Nicole. I couldn't even be a trustee in the prison because of that charge. I ain't never escaped from nowhere. Ever. I've never unalived anybody.
It's so hard to be a trustee anyways.
Where are they?
Hey, do you mind if I read the information from your case? Because when everybody,
I'm not hiding.
I know you're not hiding anything. I just want people to read. This is the actual information that I pulled when I wasn't getting info from people. It says, I, Linda K. Russell, District Attorney of Shelby County, do hereby present unto the District Court of Shelby County, Texas, and charge that heretofore, on or about the 23rd day of January 2004, and before the making and filing of this information in the County of Shelby, State of Texas, the said, and I'm Rachel McDaniel, it's already out there, Ray, sorry, but did then and there with intent that a capital felony be committed, to wit, capital M, request, command, or attempt to induce Kenneth King to engage in a specific conduct, to wit, solicit Deep East Texas Task Force investigator Kenneth King to unalive this individual, I'm not going to say his name, by receiving as payment a controlled substance, to wit, M, that under the circumstances surrounding the conduct of the defendant as the defendant believed them would be constituted in Texas as capital M. That's the information from her actual case. So
criminal solicitation, a separate charge that got dropped after the conviction?
No, they charged her with M. That's the whole point we're trying to make, is that they should never have done that, but they did it anyways. And as all of us know, in these true crime spaces, people get charged or overcharged all the time, and they shouldn't be. And she was overcharged in this case to get an actual conviction, is what it looks like happened, in my humble opinion. And again, it even says that she just solicited. Should it have been solicitation? Yes. And that's why Ray didn't lie. She said, I did that. She doesn't know. She didn't understand the law either, or why she was charged with that. And that's why I'm coming up here to explain it. But it very clearly says in this information from her case that she was charged with soliciting the Deep East Texas Task Force investigator Kenneth King to unalive the individual by receiving a payment as this. And then she drew the map, and that's what happened. But she didn't actually do it. She just solicited the individual to do it and was actually charged with M and then sentenced to 25 years.
Right. So my question, I guess this is where all the people that I've spoke to and myself, it was just like it didn't make sense to us because on here I was sentenced to 25 years for this, but instead it was actually I was wrongfully convicted for murder. At that point I would be like, okay, but whenever I saw that, it made all of us feel like, wait, is there something else going on here? So I mean, yeah, it's probably a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but it was
From
just
really what
solicitation as
actually
written.
happened.
Yeah, it was just solicitation as written in the information. And under the law of parties, it can be charged like that, but she should have never gotten the conviction like that. Again, in my opinion, that doesn't make any sense, nor does it meet the elements of the crime itself. But the way that they have it written very clearly states solicitation. So,
But that was what they initially charged her with. But then they convicted her of murder.
but and that's what I'm saying. That's where the wrongful portion of this comes into play. But the information, literally, like I just read, literally says.
Trial, Ray? Or did you plead?
I took a plea. I was young. I never been in trouble up until that point. I know what the fuck I was doing.
So they said you can either take a plea of solicitation to capital murder or murder.
No, when I went to court, my charge was criminal solicitation to capital murder. That's what my charge was. That's what they read to me.
And in TDCJ system, it shows murder.
It's the same cause number, just to be clear.
The same penal code too, I believe. I don't know. It falls under there somewhere. It has to, or I don't know, Nicole. I just can't explain that to you.
Listen, I'm gonna.
The plea paperwork. Hold on.
All I'm saying is that what has been presented isn't what was on Texas system. That's all I'm saying. So yes, it threw all of us off.
It didn't match what you had said in your video and stuff. That's what I think Nicole's trying to say. It just didn't match what you were saying. But that's not my question. Now that this is cleared up with Kristen, and I totally believe everything that she's saying, my question to you is, why did you say that about the Aryan Brotherhood? Seriously.
Say what about it? What did she say about it?
Not you, her.
What did she say?
What did I say?
That she had text messages from the Aryan Brotherhood, and that she told you that they were watching you search.
They
told her they were watching her search. I never said that.
Not me personally. Ray. This has to do with Ray, not me. Every single time Ray went out there to go search, they messaged her every single time. Am I right or am I wrong?
Twice, and yes, but I did. Okay, first and foremost,
you said earlier
it is someone that I went to high school with. Hold on a minute. Again, y'all don't understand how this small town shit works. Okay, I'm not a part of that. First and foremost. Okay, do I know that guy? Yeah, sure do. Was I shocked by his message? Sure the fuck was. And did I report it? Sure the fuck did. Sure the fuck did. So before you get anywhere else with that, there's that.
When did you report it? And who?
Because it doesn't even matter where or who, it doesn't matter. But it was reported, I can assure you.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, you said on your lives that people were going to take your phone from you, alluring to that.
I sure did, because that's what was told to me. Because of those messages. Yes, I did say that because that's the truth.
They don't even have the messages.
They don't, because they haven't asked. But if they do, they're there for the taking.
But you said today
don't try to twist it up. Hold on a minute.
Listen, we were having a civil conversation, and now.
Yes, but I'm not fixing. You're not fixing to drive my name through that bullshit. I'm not fixing to put up with it.
Nicole, wait. You literally said today when I was in your live that none of that happened. You made me seem like I was a lunatic for even mentioning stuff. You said, Ray, that nobody asked you for your phone. That's what you said in that live
No,
this
they
morning.
they
So now
haven't
you're,
asked me for my
but
phone.
you said in another live that they did. That you
No,
might
I
have to
said they may. I said they may. I was told that they may ask for my phone. That's all I've ever said. Point blank, that's all I've ever said. That's all I've been told.
Yeah,
If
she
they
never
haven't,
said that
if
they
they
Why
asked.
would you
Fine.
even associate with somebody like that, though? Why would you
No,
associate?
AK, I listen, and I said this previously. I don't want to speak on that. I don't think it needs to be public. And Ray, now that you're here, I said it previously, and I'll say it to you while you're here. I apologize to you for even bringing up the statement that I was told by other people. I apologize to you because it was wrong, and I knew it was wrong even after I even said it. So I will apologize to you. I don't think it needs to be talked about. I don't know those people from Adam and Eve. I don't know what type of affiliation that is. I don't know. And that's why I said maybe the persons that told me should be on a call with Ray and myself so that we can both sit there and hear what allegedly Ray said to them. Because I wasn't on the call. I didn't hear it. I don't know what was said. I
What are
was
you
told
talking
what was said.
about? Like, are you talking about what I just was talking about?
I'm talking about. I don't want to say it.
I'm just
AKA, I
saying
said
because
that before.
Ray just admitted that she talked to that person, and that person
I
said it was
know, but I'm talking about the affiliation part of it. That's what I said publicly. That she was affiliated, and I didn't know that for a fact, and that's why I'm apologizing to her.
Well, I'm not saying she's
first and
affiliated.
foremost, females cannot be affiliated with them. It doesn't work that way.
I
It just
don't know
doesn't
about
work that way.
that. I don't know about the group.
I'm just this ridiculous. Just stop with that bullshit. Please stop.
I haven't continued.
I'm asking you guys to stop. This is ridiculous.
I haven't
If
even
you
been on the internet to talk about it, Ray.
Well, whoever wants to talk about it, it's ridiculous.
It's really not ridiculous because you just admitted to doing it. So that's why it's not ridiculous.
Look, just because I know who someone is
You
does not
said
mean
stuff to try to scare somebody else.
No, I didn't. I told her to fucking back off because she fucking needed to. And then I reported everything that I had to the person that I felt comfortable reporting it to. And they did what they did with it. And I don't have to tell you who I reported it to.
That's fine.
I'm not saying that person's name on here. It doesn't need to be said. But that's how all this started, was that person.
Jumping to conclusions is how it fucking started.
How?
Nicole.
When the police
Be
called
on
me.
it.
The police called me, Ray.
Because that's what they're supposed to do. Because you're the one working the
I
fucking
don't have
case.
the information. I don't have the messages. It's not on my phone. It's on yours.
Okay, fine. So what?
So
Who cares?
how is it me when it
But
came
you-
from you and
Nicole.
somebody else's conversation, not me?
Okay, can I speak now, please? You are the one who has been front and center with these people. You're the one who's been contacting them. Why would they not contact you? Answer that question. I haven't contacted them, not one single time. Why would they contact me and not you? When you've been front and center, you're the one who's been contacting them. Answer that. Why wouldn't they contact you?
They contacted me because William Kilburn contacted them. Okay, I don't give a fuck to say his name. William Kilburn contacted them and told them Nicole, True Crime Nicole, has the information on the Aryan Brotherhood and the messages of somebody threatening and watching her. That's what was told to me.
Well, they lied to you.
And I asked you about that.
To you.
And I
Because
talked to
first
you
and
about it
foremost,
behind
that's
the
not who I
scenes. So
told.
why is it brought to the internet?
Because you brought it here.
How? You posted. And I responded. You went live. I haven't gone live. I haven't been live. I went live when you were talking about it on live, Ray. Because you wouldn't respond to my text.
We talked just an hour before, just minutes before you went live, okay? And then I texted you and was like, why is this being discussed on live? And then you continue talking about it on live. So then at that
Because
point,
you
I was
had
like, the
talked
only way
about
I'm
it the
going to have
night
to talk to her
before,
is on live,
Nicole.
I guess. So I went live.
Okay. All right. Are you done now? Can I speak?
You're asking me questions, I'm responding.
You talked about it the night before on live, first of all. When I got on live the next morning, a few hours after you did, they were telling me Nicole was talking about you being in a gang last night, which was complete and utter
Fucking for advice on what the police told me over the phone. I never mentioned your name. Everybody in my comments was like, hey, talk to Ray. Have you talked to Ray about it? Ask her for the advice. Talk to Ray.
Where would they just
I never
randomly
talked
come
about
from
you,
on the
bro.
internet,
I
Nicole?
never talked about you.
You probably told it to somebody in a chat or something.
Oh my
in a text message. Who knows?
bro. I never said your name. AK was there in my box.
Okay.
I never said your name.
Right. What's the next question? What's next?
Shit. I'll upload that video. Don't worry about it.
Okay, what's next? Okay, it's fine. I don't care. What's next? What else you got?
I'm not here to question you. I didn't ask to question you. I didn't come up here to question you. So somebody else can question you.
Say something too really quick. I just sent this to AK to explain, but just so everybody else sees this or whatever. But again, you guys have to remember that Ray was young when all this went down again. And she probably didn't understand a lot of what had happened, but she was never actually convicted initially. In fact, they gave her 10 years deferred adjudication and a $3,000 fine. It wasn't until she violated the supervision that they then turned around and filed the information, charged her with M, and put her in for 25 years.
I saw that.
So just to be clear, they did a time credit of 141 days, gave her deferred adjudication for 10 years and a $3,000 fine. She violated the probation, which she's never denied. And it says right here, on the date stated above, defendant entered a plea of guilty to the offense stated above and was granted a deferred adjudication in the above numbered and styled cause and placed on community supervision as stated in the period. The state filed a motion to adjudicate guilt after the supervision that violated the conditions of supervision in said order. On the date stated above, both parties announced ready for trial, and the defendant waived a reading of the motion in open court. And upon being asked by the court as to how the defendant pleaded, entered a plea of true to the allegation in the motion. Thereupon, the court admonished the defendant of the consequences of said plea, and it appearing to the court that the defendant is competent and that the defendant is not influenced in making any said plea by a consideration of fear or any persuasion prompting said plea of true, it is by the court received and here and now entered into the record into the minutes of the court as a plea of the defendant. The court, after hearing all of the evidence for the state and the defendant and argument of counsel, it is of the opinion and finds that the defendant violated the conditions of said defendant's community supervision as stated above. It is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed by the court that the deferred adjudication order heretofore entered in this cause be and is hereby set aside as stated above, and the defendant be and is hereby adjudged guilty of the offense stated above, and that the defendant committed said offense on the date stated above, and the punishment be fixed as stated above by the court. And then that's when she was sentenced to the 25 years. So
Was that like the max? Were they just pissed
Yeah.
that she did parole violation?
They were probably pissed she got away with it in the first place, if I'm being honest, because that's just how Texas works. Look, if you get deferred adjudication in Texas, you better count your lucky damn stars. And then when you get it and you violate supervision, they're going to go hard and strong, and they gave her the max that they could give her because of that being violated. So, yeah, she got done dirty for sure. But, she was young and didn't know any better, and I don't blame her, A lot of times it's not explained very well. And I'm going to be honest, as a mom, I can't say I wouldn't have done the same thing. So, you know what I mean? If I knew someone was hurting my child and nobody would listen to me, but, that's just my opinion. But anyways, I just want to make sure I made that clear. Under the law of parties, that's how this all happened. And thanks for nobody yelling at me.
No, I appreciate you coming up here.
Of course. Trying to make the peace, that's all.
Because that's shame on Texas, I mean, obviously, Ray, you broke the law. I don't have kids, but if what you said is the truth, then yeah, that sucks. And I would have done the same thing if I had children. I'd have probably not done I'd have probably just had the capital murder charge, to be honest.
That part. I agree.
I don't know if this between you guys could be fixed or not. This morning, the reason why I came in your live, Ray, is because Nicole did put up something and it was about her mental health too. And I felt like that was really below the belt. All right. And when I tried to talk to you about it, your chat was horrific. And you could have done the same thing. You could have done the same thing that I did, turn the chat off. But you chose not to.
Hold on. I swear to God, I don't know how to work this shit. I don't know how to turn the chat off. I don't.
More mods that do, they can do it.
Well, maybe they can. I don't know. I never think about that. First and foremost, I would never talk about somebody with mental health issues. And when I was reading her thing, I stopped. When it said that, I stopped and I said, if that is really what's going on with her, I feel bad for her. I said that and I meant that. First of all, I would never down somebody because of their mental health. Whatever was going on in my chat had nothing to do with me.
I guess we weren't in the same live. You were literally talking about Nicole for an hour before.
I didn't say I wasn't talking about her, but I was not talking about her mental health.
All right. I mean, is this going to keep going on and on, though? Are you going to keep having lives? Are you going to now, smear her, smear me even harder?
Honest to God, I was done until I seen the post with my charges because really and truly, and the fact that she turned the comments off or blocked me, whatever, when I just asked a simple question. And just can you take that post down? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Hey, she's country. I took all 4 of my posts down about 15 minutes ago.
Thank you. And if any of my posts offend anybody, I will take it down. I have no problem doing that.
I think that there's major lessons to be learned here. Lesson that I need to learn is I guess I need to look at other people's states. I just literally was thinking about my own damn state, and I apologize for that. I hate that you have the charges that you have. I think though that I still don't think that you were completely honest about some things. Okay, I don't, but I get it. I get it. I don't agree with what's happened behind the scenes though, with a lot of stuff that I found out and know. But
Hold on. I do just want to say this too, and I'm going to literally show this really quick. I just want everyone to see that I'm going to be honest, I don't know why this is listed the way that it is.
I believe you, Kristen.
I know you do. And I'm not saying this for any other reason except for just so people can see here. Criminal solicitation, and it shows the deferred adjudication, and it shows everything. So why they switched it to M, I don't know.
They were mad.
And that's all I can assume. But I think that she just knew that her parole paperwork said criminal solicitation, and that's what she went with. And I don't think it was I know Ray. You guys know I don't do the drama, and I'm literally here just because I had access to the paperwork, and I just wanted to set the record straight because I don't want people arguing, and because it's unnecessary when it's, I physically have something that I can read to prevent the argument. And that's the only reason why I got up here. But I personally don't think that she knew until this all came out that, it was even in there as M. And I'll have to look. And to be quite honest, Ray, if I was you, I would be sending a message to the Department of Public Safety and be like, dude, what the hell? Like that's a form of defamation in and of itself to state something as a fact that's not even what the paperwork that they gave you.
Because it says what it says online. Like when everybody was saying I wasn't seeing what I was seeing, I was like, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I know what it says. And when my sister was trying to argue, I was like, and I let her talk for a minute, but at the end I was like, look, those are my charges. That's me. So, she didn't even understand what the hell was happening. I knew it because I've seen it from the prison. I know those charges are there. why they're like that, well, I guess Kristen explained that.
Is there any way, Kristen, that she can like get counsel at some point? And
Absolutely. 100%. She would just need to go and she, I mean, she could even do it herself. I can even, Ray, I can check with my husband and see if he'll even write something up to submit into the court for you.
Do you have an attorney? Because I saw a law. I don't know, Panola County and all those counties, they show whenever a law firm pulls records, and I see where they pulled records for those charges back in, I want to say it was like 2013. I don't know if you had got like a parole attorney then or something. I don't know. Maybe you, that is your attorney. I just honestly, I removed the post. I'm going to apologize to you, but, and I said this before, if this was something of a wrongful conviction or something like that, why not make a platform of being wrongfully convicted? And I mean, the true crime community has a lot of people, aside all the bullshit that's going on right now. Like, I feel for corruption. I feel for people being wrongfully charged, cases not being handled properly. Like, I've seen it. Ray, you've seen the messages. You've seen the messages that I've received, the cases I've received on all these people that they charge wrongfully. I was never aware that you were charged wrongfully and they put a schmurder charge when it should have been something else that you pled to. I didn't know that until just now. So
honestly, that's the story I want to hear. Like, for real. I would love to hear that story. And you could get people to help you get counsel or whatever.
The only thing I can say about it is that I did what they say that I did. I did that. The charges that they put within the system, that's what I don't understand. That's where the issue.
That's public. That'll follow you around forever.
Believe me, I know. It's worldwide.
Your parole violation.
Sorry.
Your parole violation is basically a wrongful charge, is it not? Based on your story.
Parole violation? I mean, not technically. I mean, the guy was in my house, and when they came to my house, they found the stuff at my house. It was in his stuff, but it's still my house. So technically, no, it's not a wrongful conviction.
But you had an evading. I saw one of the charges was evading arrest. I thought somebody had told me that it was. I haven't been following you long, except for just the Rebecca K. Park case. Maybe you've talked about it before, but the story that I heard was along the lines of you were pregnant with Lucas, and you didn't want to have him while you were incarcerated.
Okay, so listen. This is the story. After I got out of prison, after a little while, I had Lucas, and I relapsed. I met this guy. When I met the guy, me and my husband split up, and then I met this guy. Okay, we split up for 5 months. In about 5 months, I had relapsed, started doing what I did, like moving a little bit of shit, and then I ran from the law, got arrested, I got released, and when I got released, not very long after that, I might be running two things together. Because I relapsed and then ran from the law. And then after I ran from the law is when I met the guy. After that is when I met the guy. And then he moved in my house. And then they were watching him. The feds were watching him. And then raided my house once they knew where he was at. And that's how I got the other charges. Because it was my house. Even though it was in his property.
And I'm not, y'all, I'm not saying that it's not that I don't care. I do, me and Ray have both, when we were working this case, we both agreed. Me and Ray were never friends. We were more or less partners on
I
the
want
case.
to say one thing real quick because there's a lot of comments that keep saying, I'm sorry you have to go through this. I want you to understand that I am choosing to be here. I will answer any question that is thrown at me. I don't have anything to hide. Have I fucked up in my life? Absolutely. Yes. There's probably some things I don't want y'all to know that I did. But the fact of the matter is, they're there. If you look hard enough, I'm sure you will find them. But I really don't have nothing to hide.
And I'm not judging. I would never judge you for it. It was more so this misunderstanding that's going on. And that's why I apologize. I would never judge Ray for her charges. I want to say when we were on our way to Walmart, me and Ray had a long conversation about my situation going on right now. She was very open about her life. I was open about my life, but I would never judge somebody that's incarcerated. I believe in rehabilitation. I believe in all of that. I believe in people going to prison for something wrong. It was a misunderstanding with what is on paper and what's actually in a system. That's what's going on here. Oh my God, I hate these comments are disgusting.
No, I can't get the comments off. So can one of my mods turn the comments back off again? Because literally, you guys aren't really helping. We're calmly.
Okay, can I say something to my followers who are in the chat? Y'all know how I am. Y'all know I'm very forgiving. Y'all know that. Okay, I did not hold anything against anybody. I don't. Did it hurt my feelings that you posted that without understanding? Yeah, a little bit, because you didn't have any idea what you thought you were talking about. And yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings, but you know what? It is what it is. It's okay. I forgive you because that's who I am.
And I forgive you for what I've seen for the past days, what has been said for the past days. I forgive you. I am gonna sit here and say that anybody that has been involved in this case that we were covering together has said things wrong, has done things wrong, has done things not lawfully. We were all on private property when we shouldn't have been. We all overthought things. We all dug on things maybe we shouldn't have dug on. But that's just what happened. Everybody does that in a true crime case. I've seen it in multiple cases. Everybody digs and digs and digs. When somebody tells us something, maybe we look a different direction. And that's what we did. That's when everything happened. We were all involved in it. I'm going to take accountability for myself. I don't think it should have ever gotten to this point. I don't know how this whole group got involved in. I took Ray's word for what she told me and I backed off and I didn't say anything more about the case because I believed her. I still believe Ray in what she told me. And that's why I haven't gone back on that case. But at the end of the day, I think it's more of maybe a misunderstanding in the whole situation. It's the people online, not here on TikTok, because this case wasn't really on TikTok. It was rather on Facebook. There was a lot of things that we were doing behind the scenes and being boots on the ground, and everybody else online was seeing different. And that's not really what was going on. And maybe it frustrated all of us. It stressed all of us out to a point where I don't know. I don't know. Am I wrong for posting what I just posted? Absolutely. And then I took it down and I apologize. But I'm going to be transparent across the board. None of us, all of us, both me and you, Ray, have done something wrong in this situation.
Okay, I do agree that I probably should have not said some things that I said. I do agree with that. And I do apologize for that.
I don't think that I don't think a lot of people realize what was going on in this David case. We kept it very silent. We kept it, a lot of it, some of it, I did post a lot online, but a lot of it wasn't posted online. A lot of what happened boots on the ground in person wasn't posted online. A lot of things that happened behind the scenes on text and on phone calls. We were on the phones all day, every single day, texting, calling, doing this, doing that, and nobody saw it publicly. Nobody. And everything that we have posted has been posted for a reason. And it hasn't ever been posted to hurt anybody, to harm anybody, or anything. It was to help the case. All of our goals were to, and still is to help find David, is to find this man that is never, ever, nobody has ever said a bad thing about this man. Never. Ray, can you agree with me?
Can't agree with you. Nobody's ever, I haven't heard nothing bad about this man at all. It's a terrible situation.
And I saw a post today that said facts over fiction, and this whole case has been, or not, what was it, facts over, I don't know, speculation, and this case has been nothing but or hearsay. It's been nothing but hearsay. So yeah, it is frustrating, and it's been frustrating on all of us. So when somebody goes to Ray that might be affiliated, yeah, it scared Ray, and when Ray told me, it scared the fuck out of me. So yeah, I did choose to back away, and I promised Ray I would. And I stood on that promise, and I still am standing on that promise. But I just don't know how, I don't know how it got to the police involvement and the police contacting and want to be questioned. I don't know how any of that goes. I've never been questioned by the police on a case. I've only been a victim on a case. So I don't know. I don't know. And when it had to do with the gang, it fucking terrified me, and it terrified me because of my situation, because of what
I need to say something real quick. It's not even, we don't know that for a fact. We don't know that there's even a connection, okay? But it is weird. I will say that, and that is why it was the situation happened the way it happened. Okay, I'm sorry that they called you and whatever they said to you. I'm sorry that they did that. I don't know what their intentions were of that. First and foremost, I don't feel like they were good intentions. Out of there, just in fucking case. You understand what I mean?
And neither of us did. We just suspected a possible person that could be, that is immediately connected to this missing guy. That's all it was. But it worried me that this person had contacted you when you had never even posted online that you were at this place at this time, when it wasn't even during an organized search or anything. Like, that is concerning. That's concerning. And then the police are either somebody's telling the police and flipping it on me, or the police are flipping it themselves, and I don't know what the fuck to believe. But in the moment, I was freaking out, and I didn't know what to do, whether to give in and just give them what I have, or get some advice before I did something with that police station. And that's what I did on live. I went on live and I asked for advice. People told me to talk to you, Ray. People told me to talk to Kristen. People told me to talk to Legally. They told me to reach out to all these people and reach out to a local attorney and make sure an attorney is with you before you say anything to this police department about anything that you know, because they might try to dig into something that they shouldn't be digging into, that has no correlation, or plot something on you.
Listen, I really do not want to talk about this anymore. Swear to God, I don't. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't think it should have been talked about anyways, but here we are.
All right. Like I said, I am sorry. Those charges are fucking ridiculous. I hope that you get them removed or whatever you can do with that, because that's just, I think that they were just really upset that you did whatever you did to break parole or probation. I get that.
Well, so I accept y'all's apology, and I apologize for the things that I did. I'm gonna hop down because I have to cook dinner now. So,
Right.
I got
Thanks
kids
for
here.
coming over.
All right.
Kristen, I want to thank you for clarifying the legal part of it.
Of course. And I actually just pulled this up too, which I think is absolutely crazy, but it says the key elements that the state of Texas is looking for is one, mental state. Did you intend to promote or assist in unaliving, not just provide neutral information? And two, conduct. Did you do something that in context actually aided or attempted to aid in the commission of the M? Like map, route, layout, schedule, security weaknesses, anything like that. And if yes, then you can in fact be indicted for M under the law of parties, which is wild ass shit to me. But again, we have to remember that every single jurisdiction in the United States is a separate sovereign from federal crimes. And if you are in fact charged at a state level, that's going to trump anything, and it's going to be different. The elements are going to be different in every jurisdiction. And we have to make sure, and I think this is a good learning experience, because a lot of people always come to me and they're like, can you cover this case? Can you cover this case? And I'm not the kind of person that's going to like get information and just do a video, right? Like I'm going to go down that rabbit hole, or I'm going to look and I'm going to request the information, which is why I'm usually the last to the party. But it's always because I want to make sure that I know, what is actually happening, because I am a huge advocate for the wrongfully accused. And I see this happen so often. Shit, anybody who knows me knows my story. The same thing happened to me. I was going after a police officer, and that police officer charged me with child neglect because my daughter walked outside to jump on a trampoline. And I was put in jail for 8 days on a $10,000 no cash or cash only bond. I mean, everybody, the story's on my page. And it's one of those things that finally, after 2 years, I was completely acquitted. And everything was completely expunged. Like it's not there because it didn't happen. And the judge even sat there and said verbatim, this is the biggest waste of judicial resources I have ever seen in 2 years. And it happens all the time, literally all the time. And that's the reason why it's important that we physically look at what is actually going on and reach out and try to figure out all those things. And that's, again, maybe a learning experience here. But yes, every jurisdiction is absolutely unequivocally different when it comes to pretty much any crime. So we always just got to double check that. But I get it. And I'm always here to try to neutralize the situation or explain it right or wrong.
Kind of like here in Ohio, that if somebody did those same things, like drew a map or whatever, that they could be charged for the same sentence as the person that's
Yep.
getting. Yeah, so I understand that. Just like in the case that my friends were all unalived, the brother never pulled a pew-pew, but he was there.
Yep.
And so he got the most right now. He got the most time. The one who didn't even pew-pew one person got the most time.
Yep.
It's crazy.
But whether or not Ray says that she did the charge that she pled to, and she pled to 25 years guilty to criminal solicitation of capital murder. At the same time, they still planted murder on her, and at that point,
Yeah, no,
it's
that
probably
can be
ruined her
changed.
life in the
Yep.
public world for the rest of her life, right? So whether or not it didn't really do anything as far as her sentencing, it still affects you when you get out of prison.
100%. 100%. And again, they do this stuff all the time, and we know that these jurisdictions will overcharge, and that's what they'll do. They'll literally sit there and place as many charges on an individual as humanly possible that they believe they can meet the elements for, so that even just one sticks. And this is why I scream from the rooftops all the time. We've gotten past the prosecutor's duty to find a means to an ends to justice, not merely to convict, which is what their ethical obligations require them to do. It's like they're so worried about their conviction record instead of thinking, hey, this is an actual individual whose life I'm affecting. And when you are in a position of power like that, to where your life can be, you can affect somebody's life like that, you don't get to have a bad day. I'm sorry, but you don't. You don't get to slip up. You don't get to make mistakes. And that's what's infuriating to me, is getting these people to understand that. It's like, same with police officers. I'm not anti-cop, but I will tell you through and through, if you can turn on your lights and change, your lights and change somebody's life by just doing that, you better be on your A game every single time you go into work. Right. And we've got to get back to that. And we've got to get people to realize that everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. And I just had this conversation, or, I guess I should say argument, because they're like, how can you think that Nick Reiner's innocent? I go, I didn't say that he is, but I also didn't say he's guilty, because nobody knows. All we know right now is what the media has put out. So none of us can actually factually speak on anything, because they were asking me why I thought Alan Jackson, withdrew. And so I'm just using it as an example of, we only know what's put out there by us or by the media, right? And we especially us that have bigger platforms and bigger voices, we just have to be responsible on, what we're putting out there before we put it out there, because it can in fact hurt somebody very, very badly, actually. And it could prevent them. I mean, she could have, and again, I mean this respectfully, but it could have really, really, really hurt her parole. And I get, obviously they know why she's out, right? But just putting stuff out there about people could have thrown her back in jail if they wanted to continue to come after her. And we just have to be mindful of that before we start putting information out about people, on the internet. And that's all I got to say about that. And I don't judge anybody. You guys know that. I will never judge anybody, but I will say that we just have to be careful. That's all.
No, and now that I understand Texas law a little bit better, it makes sense, but it's a really unfortunate event. All of it.
It really is.
Ow.
Okay, really fast. I just wanted to come up and just express something. I don't want us to gloss over things that were said earlier. Nicole, a lot of the stuff that you said earlier, if that's true, then I have you in my prayers. Slewer slide is in my family, so whenever you said stuff like that, it triggers a lot of people that have had experiences with it. I encourage you to take a break from the app, please, because the things that you said earlier were terrifying. And I'm sorry to bring it back to it, but I don't think it's something to gloss over at this point.
Just to be clear, Nicole, I did call in a welfare check when you disappeared like that. I called back and told them that you were back on here and you were fine before I even came up here. But please don't go on a public platform and do that, because I don't care
It's terrifying.
who I get along with or not. I immediately messaged AK and I said, hey, I'm going to call it in, because doesn't matter who I agree or disagree with. I don't want to see anybody ever do that. So if you need help, just please go get the help that you need. I have too many friends that have been in that position, and it's not worth it.
Well, the thing is that I was impatient, and I'm not impatient, and I don't want to get vulnerable on here, because I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be dragged.
But it's also something that you don't just toss around. I'm not saying that you're tossing around, so don't take me wrong. But it's not something just to come up and say whenever you're feeling impatient or something. And I believe you. I'm never going to be the one that's going to say that someone's going to claim something and is lying about it or whatever. And please don't take that wrong. Because when my heart sunk when I heard you say that stuff, and I just really don't want to ever have you feel like that this app and people on here that you don't even know is worth something like that. So if it's gotten to the point that you're willing to say it out loud like that, like, it crushes me to even think of those thoughts or someone else having those thoughts. So if you are able to say it out loud, then girl, please, you need to talk to someone, because those should be, it should hurt to even say that stuff. It hurts to hear that stuff. So it should hurt to say that. And if you're able to say it, then you need to get some help.
I've been through some of the same things in the last 6 months since I lost my dad. It's a lot. And I was worried. I was. Like, Kristen was reaching out to me. Everybody, other people were reaching out to me, and I couldn't get a hold of you. And that's scary.
And I'll tell you, my great grandfather committed and died in my grandfather's lap. And when I say that it follows generations down, it affects everything. I mean, I didn't know my great grandfather, but it affects my family to this day. So it's not something to play with.
People are muted in the chat because when you're not being, right now we're having a positive conversation and trying to uplift Nicole. So if you're going to say some crazy stuff in the chat, then you'll get muted. That's just it.
Got to get my daughter in the bathtub, but Nicole, please listen to them, and if you need, something, please, reach out. And I appreciate you guys, and thanks for letting me come up. AK.
Thank you. Seriously.
Anytime, you guys know I'm always here. All right, have a good night, guys.
That's all I wanted to say too. But yeah, Nicole, no matter what, things get bad, know that you have people that will be in your corner no matter what. No matter what crazy kind of crash out you want to do, we're still going to be in your corner because we care about you. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Bye, Allie. You okay?
I think it's just I don't know.
It's okay to not be okay, Nicole. It truly is. I had to leave the internet for a little bit.
And it wasn't, I want everybody to know this. The internet was like a cherry on the top. It wasn't the reason I feel this way or whatever. I still am struggling, and I've been, and getting help is easier said than done. I don't know. Help doesn't work for me. Talking to people doesn't help me. And I'm not trying to play victim, and I want everybody to know that. I mask my emotions, and I talk about things offline, or I don't talk about it at all. I just keep it bottled up, and I tell everybody I'm okay, and I'm not. And everybody that knows me and has followed me and has been there for me knows what I go through and what I have gone through and what hurts me and what doesn't. I'm just struggling, and that's it. And I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not asking for grace. I don't care about that. I haven't had it my whole life, so for 28 years, and I don't need it now. I think it's a situation and things that I struggle with on a daily basis that I have to figure out myself. And I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know. I think if people don't struggle with mental health, they don't understand, or if they don't have the diagnosis what other people have, they don't understand. Um, a lot of people have broken things inside of them that can never be healed, or things trigger people, and I don't know. And that's why it's like I even just texted AK. I said I think it's too early for me to come back. I told her I wasn't ready, and I only came back up because Ray's here and to speak to her, and I'm glad we had some type of civilized conversation. But I did text AK and say, like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to come back on live or anything. And I don't know when I will be. I don't know. Maybe I need to stay off. I have a lot of things going on in my personal life that it's not something that I can just throw away in the trash or blow over. And I don't want to sit here and have a fucking ranting or venting conversation. Because there's just a lot of people that I don't know. I have a lot of trauma in my life, and I have really bad PTSD. I have really bad anxiety, and I've struggled with it since I was like 6 years old, 5 years old. And I think these past like couple years has been probably one of the worst years of my life. I've lost people that I don't ever want to lose. I've dealt with sicknesses within my family that I don't ever want to go through.
I want to say something. I live by myself and I'm alone all the time. I mean, I have somebody I go see every once in a while, but I'm alone all the time, and this is where I come. I come here for comfort. I come here for fun. I come here to do what I love to do and my passion. And I think that that's the way you are too, Nicole. And to be alone every day, though, and not get online, I think that when the time you getting on and doing your cups and stuff is great. That's low key, calm, you know, and you love to do that stuff and you have good conversations. I think that's maybe your lane for now. But when people are alone like we are, cutting ourselves off from the world, that's not good either. So I think there's a medium out there for you, like a happy medium. But like if you're not talking to counsel, if you're not going somewhere for your mental health, then you need to be able to talk to friends. I just want you to know that there's people out there that love and care about you. All right? And obviously people that will have your back no matter what, because, hey, we didn't know Texas law, all right? So
I think if people have struggles like I have struggles, and more people do than they don't, and a lot of people don't talk about it, and there's a lot of things I don't talk about, and I've been struggling, so that's probably why I crash out a lot, and that's why I lash out on people and cause issues with people, is because of shit that's built up inside of me, and it's like an explosion attack, and nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves being attacked or being yelled at or being cussed at or being screamed at or any of that, right? And it's more so, I feel like at this point that it's got to this point now, I feel like, like an addict relapses. I feel like I've relapsed. I did this 10 years ago and I didn't succeed. I did this 2 days ago and I didn't succeed. And I don't want inpatient help. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to handle it myself. And I don't know how.
Nicole, look, I'm not into the drama, so
This is my
I'm
best
not even
friend.
going to go there. All I can tell you is, look, I'm one of those suffer in silence kind of people, and I always have been. I come from a very abused background, and so I've just that's just my safety mechanism. Over the last several years, I I have been trying to teach myself to lean on the people that love me because I'm actually hurting them when I hurt. So whenever I get to the point where I start to close myself off, I try to remind myself that I'm sitting here in my pain, but that pain is pushing off of me and my loved ones are feeling it. Even though I'm not saying anything and even though I'm plastering this fake smile on my face, they can still feel it. Okay? So what motivates me is I switched the way I think about things, and it's not so much because I'm a giver. It's easier for me to give to somebody than to give to myself. So now I've switched my brain that I'm doing this for the ones that love me. And I started out by reaching out to 988. They gave me some resources in my area. One of the things that is available to me is texting a therapist, which is what I started out with, which was easier for me because I'm also very prideful. So I don't like people to know that there's shit going on in my life. Okay. And it was a lot easier for me to talk to a stranger who didn't know me from Eve. And then once I got comfortable from that, I was able to work to doing like televisits over the phone. And then I worked into doing face to face. So I had to take baby steps. And let me tell you, I still have bad days. I really do. And there's some days that I just don't know why God's left me here. But I have cancer. And when I got cancer, it made me realize how much I really do want to be here. And I think that's kind of helped me a little bit too. But I'm telling you, you are so loved and you are so wanted by people. You just don't see it, but you are. Please take steps, whatever, take baby steps because you're being too hard on yourself. You are crushing yourself worse than anybody else could ever do. If you need somebody to talk to or if you need some help with resources, reach out to me. Okay, my DMs are limited, but they are open so you can message me and I can see them. And then I can open up that chat. Reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you. Nobody deserves to feel like this. No one. Everybody is worthy of love and everybody is loved by somebody, period.
And that's why you're my best friend.
And I love you, AK.
I love you. You're beautiful.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna step down. I'm off. I love you, AK and Nicole. I swear to you, I don't say anything I don't mean. Look, I hardly sleep, so I'm up at all hours of the night. So if you ping me in a DM and I'm awake, I'll talk to you. I promise you. Okay? Don't ever feel alone. All right, I'm gonna be in comments. Y'all stay kind. I like this. I like kind. I like love. All right, bye.
Bye.
I don't know if you can hear me okay or not. I'm kind of in bad service, but AK, I've followed you for a little bit and I know that you're a big advocate for mental health. Sorry, my girl in the background, but I just wanted to share a resource. And Nicole, I'm about the same age as you, and I had a really bad struggle last year that ended up inpatient in the hospital for a mental health issue. And everything you say as far as not wanting to be talking to people, it's literally me to a T. But mine was a little postpartum related, and I ended up getting set up with this really cool program. And AK, I think it'd just be a good resource for you to know of too, because I think you get in contact with a lot of people who are struggling. And It's called Sharewell. It's a website. And it really helped me a ton because it's basically like little Zoom classes and you can just go in and you don't have to say anything. It's almost like this, like TikTok, like, but there's no comments. People can talk if they want to talk. If you want to share a story, you can, and you can pick different classes or sessions, they call them sessions, that relate to what you're going through. So, like, there was postpartum ones, there's depression, there's PTSD, there's bipolar, there's drug abuse, sorry, alcohol abuse, any sort of mental struggle you can think of, they will have a session for. And I don't want to sound dramatic, but that honestly saved my life. Like, I tried the therapy one on one, I tried the medication, I tried every single thing because I literally was struggling to just get through a day. And once I found that Sharewell, it was just like I could relate to people. Like, I had a hard time talking to people because I'm like, unless you've been there, you don't get it. Like, you don't know what I'm saying. Like, you don't understand. So how can I take your advice? And so these were like real people who are going through the same thing that I did. And I literally would log on every day. Like, some of those people became my best friends, and there's no drama. There's none of that because you get different people every class. And like, it was amazing. So I guess long story short, Nicole, I think just from seeing you like on your stuff, I think it could be a really cool resource, maybe just, or an AK too for your people. So that's all.
I want to look into it for myself, actually, guys. It's Sharewell, right?
Yep, it's called Sharewell, and there's all sorts of different classes, and there's classes that are not even mental health related, like if you want to do like creative classes and things like that. But it's, I believe some of the classes you have to pay for, some are free, but it's either like, it's just pure mentor led. So there's not like a therapist that sits there and controls it. Like, there will be a leader of the group, but then they usually go through like some sort of like educational portion, and then they'll open it up for just group talk. And it's amazing. Like, some classes are just like a half an hour, some you can do an hour, but like I would just do it on my lunch break. Like, I'd get in my car and just sit on that, and it was so therapeutic. Like, I would go from like not wanting to, this is like sounds dramatic, but literally not wanting to go through another day, to just being like, okay, I gotta hop on, I gotta just like say my piece for the day. Like, what, and like you can go in depth. Like, these people, they are non-judgmental. You can say the whole book and they just lift you up. I ended up getting in contact with two girls who I still text day to day. They're in states completely away from me, but they get me. Like, they get what I was going through, and it was genuine. So it just truly a lifesaver. I just wish it was talked about more. It's amazing, and it's Sharewell, like the word share and then
Is it an app or
well.com.
just a website?
Yeah, you can get an app too. You can get both. Yep. So you can go through the app or the website, and then you can zoom in and you can same like this. You can have your face up. You can be, private. You can make an anonymous name if you want. Yeah, it's really great, and you can try out the different ones. If you're struggling that day with like, your anxiety or your depression or anything like that, you can just pick a group for what you're feeling for that day.
Well, I really appreciate you telling us about it because I had no idea.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, girl. Well, you have a good day, okay? Thanks for sharing. That sounds like I go to a website for NA meetings, and it's the same kind of thing. A peer leader leads it, and then it's like Zoom boxes, and you can show your face or not show your face, and you can sit and talk to one another. It's called Sharewell. You do NA as well? Yeah, there's an amazing place online to do that. They're saying the app or the website sharewellnow.com. Okay. You okay, Nicole?
Yeah.
I'm about to get off of here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, text me. An update in the Tepe case. I'm going to regroup and come back. All right. If anybody wants to be here for that. There was a presser, I guess, while all this was going on today. So if you're here for my Tepe case stuff, I'm going to come back. All right. And we'll talk about it. But I'm just going to reset for a bit. I need to, it's Spencer and Monique Tepe out of Columbus, Ohio. It's where I'm at. Oh, fuck, almost dropped. But I just, it's happened since I've been on live. So I'm going to go and listen to it, regroup, and I'll be back. Thank you guys.